What's going on, guys? Apostle 132 here, and I'm bringing you the finest of Mass Hero deck profile. Let's get it started. We start off with the 3 Shadow Mist. Just, effects broke. 2 Alias, 3 Bubble Man. Play the 1 Blaze Man because Blaze Man is just okay. 2 Summoner Monk and 2 Goblin Underberg. Here's how it gets a little bit different. I played 2 E-Call and 2 Rhoda instead of like the 3 Rhoda. The search power was already like pretty strong. Then we have the 3 Mass Change because it's just okay. Then 2 Mass Charge to go along with the Mass Change. Then we have the Poly for the Blaze Man and the Miracle just because it's heroes. Played 3 Space, 2 Dark Hold, and 1 Regeki because monster removal is great. Also 3 Mirror Force and 3 Deep Prison, 2 Call and 2 Chains. Next up, I play 1 Anki along with 1 what's his name? 1 Nova Master because it's good. 1 Shining, 2 Acid, 1 Escadaro, 1 Ab Zero, and 2 Darklaw. Exceeds, it's not really anything special. Just gonna go through them real quick. Nothing really like really different about this deck. It's just basically a plain hero deck. Alright, let's get into the first duel. I started off with, a little slow. Not really a little slow. It's just kind of basic. We rock, paper, scissors like 3 times. It's terrible. It's kind of basic. Start off with, a decent hand. He lets me go first, so I just go for the Summoner Monk play into the Shadow Mist. So I can grab the... Mass Change. And be ready for whatever he has next. Here's what I didn't think about going into the first duel. Was to actually special summon the Bowman. Like, you'll see this as it goes along. I'm gonna set the Mass Charge, which I believe was like my worst play ever. Then I set the Mass Charge. Then I set the Mirror Force. I was gonna special summon the Bubble Man and just like have an option either way for it to be either able to go into Darklaw, Anki, or Acid, depending on like the amount of back row he plays. But I really didn't think about it. So he goes for Lila. So now he's playing I think he's playing Lightsworns. I really didn't check after this turn. So I go into Darklaw, best play, because he targets the Mass Change. And like right there, I kind of figured that I had the game. So I go for the Blaze Man. Blaze Man actually like really helped me advance my plays after this turn. So he goes straight into end phase mills. I didn't check because I just wasn't worried about it. I wasn't worried about what he had next. So I go for the normal summon of the Blaze Man. Go pick up the Poly. And this is when I realized that like I just had the nuts. So checking my options, I just thought about what would be the most optimal play for me. So I go into Castell and send it back to the deck because you don't want to let them have any Lightsworns anywhere. If they're in hand, they're perfectly fine. If they're in grave, it's just a terrible time for you. I go for the I go for the Mass Charge. Pick up the Blaze Man and the Mass Change. This is why I picked them up, because I wanted to go into Absolute Zero. but instead I went into Overmaster. I went into Overmaster because I had like the time. Then I went for the Miracle into the F-Zero, using the same 2 cards that I just like sent to the grave with the actual regular poly. And it was pretty much game from there. I thought he would have had, you know, Battle Fader, even a Rainbow Karibo, because he actually stayed in here. These are ranked duels, so I'm just trying to, you know, advance my level, get my levels up, get, you know, nice and good, and learn a little bit more about the game. So yeah, I would go on to the next duel. This person was playing Ritual Beast, and I win the rock paper scissors, so I go first, and I'm just like, okay, this time I'm gonna actually special summon the Bubble Man, because I wasn't really that worried. And with this deck, it actually opens up pretty well, seeing that you don't play that many monsters with like a decent amount of search power. So Goblinderberg into Shadow Mist, into Set Traps, into, got confused for a second, into Set Mass Change, and special summon Bowman. I wasn't really ready to exceed or anything, so I just passed turn because I didn't know what he was playing. So like I was just sitting here thinking, like, I was the luckiest person to be able to go first, because I know how Ritual Beasts played. I've actually played them before. They just like to gain a lot of advantage and continuously, you know, stack up their back row with either destruction cards or outs or things to get them, you know, to get them to get more plays. So he goes for the, you know, he goes for the Kana Hawk play because he opened up amazingly, I believe. Goes for the Kana Hawk play, and next thing you know, I'm just sitting here waiting for him to be done. Because that's apparently what you do against Ritual Beasts. You just let them like have fun until they're done their turn. Because if I was to go for anything at the moment, I don't think I would have been able to optimize my actual play. And here's what I actually liked. He took his time and he actually thought about his plays. A lot of Ritual Beast players will just go head first in without, you know, really thinking about their plays, because when you go Elder Kana Hawk, it's basically autopilot from there. It's basically grab all the advances that you need in like the first few turns. And here's what actually sealed it for me. The fact that when he set all this back row, he knew that I had the Shadow Mist just in case like I actually wanted to use it. I mean, not the Shadow Mist, the Mass Change, just in case I actually wanted to use it against him right now, because he was just about to go search some cards and resummon some monsters. And you know how Dark Law works. Dark Law is whenever a monster is searched, or, you know, whenever a monster is searched, or whenever your opponent adds cards to their hand, you get to send one from their hand to the graveyard. But his second effect is to banish whatever hits the grave, so it's not really sending it to the graveyard, it's just outright banishing it. So I'm gonna just like continue to let him do his plays, because I don't have any worries whatsoever. The fact that I have, you know, basically a setup board already. Truthfully, the only thing I actually worried about was him going into Altair Pelia, because I couldn't deprison it or anything, which would have forced me to use the Mass Change early, and I wouldn't have liked it. But this player just wanted to set up and gain advantage. So that's what I let him do. He's enjoying, I love this deck probably as much as he did. He's just enjoying it and just gaining all the advantage he wanted to. And normally when you see a back row like this, you just automatically think, yeah, this is going to be like a hard duel for you. But I already had the match change into acid, and I wasn't going to use it until like I actually saw what he was playing. So in phase comes, I go into match change into acid, and after that, it's pretty much game. Like as you can see, heroes make giant pushes, and it's just like a great way to play the game. So I draw into the Regeki, and I was a little bit upset. I actually wanted to draw into, something a little different. I wanted to draw into a mass charge. But Regeki also, helped me win the game. So I sit here, think about my play for a few seconds. And I decided to go into, Blade Armor Ninja. Detach the Shadow Mist to get, free searches. Oh no, I didn't. Because I wanted to call it and grab the mass change. I went for the call. I didn't activate the effect. I could have did something a little bit differently. I could have activated the effect, then called back something else. Grabbed a Blaze Man and just, went for the regular poly. But since I had the play, I went for it. I went for the Regeki. My opponent just, basically wasn't ready for it. And surrenders. The next one, this one was really hard. Because I win the rock, paper, scissors again. Because apparently I just do that. So I go for the basic play. Rhoda into Goblin der Berg. E-Call into Shadow Mist. And you just let the game go off by there. So Goblin der Berg just goes off. Goblin der Berg into Shadow Mist. Grabs second mass change. And saying this hand, you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to go for the 6-card play. Set 3, Special Bubble Man, and make board. So from here, I thought I was ready. I thought I was, prepared. But then my opponent felt the need to drop the Regeki. And I was like, okay. Free search off the Shadow Mist. Most likely I'm gonna live this turn. Because I have the Phoenix Chain. So he goes for the MST, and I thought I might as well turn the Shadow Mist into a Dark Claw. He goes for the second MST. Second MST is on the Phoenix Chain, and so I go for the Bubble Man. Like at this point when he summoned the Goblin der Berg, I knew it was a mirror match. And I was pretty sure that I lost from there. So he sets to an end turn. I draw into Summoner Monk, which was the worst draw ever. So I normally summon the Summoner Monk. And then special summon the Bubble Man. To bait out the most obvious of Anki, I go for the acid play to get rid of his back row. But not knowing that, you know, Finishing is actually a very common card in hero decks. So sadly I couldn't, you know, make any plays after this. So he takes his turn. I'm pretty much, I was pretty sure that I could live this next turn until this actually happened. He goes into the Anki and picks up the Bubble Man. So I was kind of hoping the fact that, you know, the card in his hand was a spell, but it happened to be another Shadow Mist. So we go Shadow Mist, Bubble Man, overlay for Blade Armor Ninja. And I was pretty fine with everything that was going on. He attacks over my acid with the Anki, grabs the mass change, then attacks. Get hit direct for 22, and take 1,000. And then mass change into Dark Claw again. I draw the finish and I just give up. And it's just over. Thanks for watching. Peace.